Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, guys. Brian Reda, good morning. Tanner, good morning. Kid Poker, good morning. Sweet Audience, good morning. Welcome, guys. Aaron Korn, FZen, Tyler Malema. Drop a GM in the chat if you're just joining. Let us know that you guys are here. Give us a location as well. Oh, I'd love to know where you guys are from, because personally, like Mrs. Pan and I, we love to travel. So, you know, like it's just like nice to know, and I can ask you guys questions about your, you know, where you guys live and you know, if it's worth going. Good morning, guys. Tyler Miller says, good morning from Southwest Minnesota. Driving to Florida tonight or tomorrow night for a nice winter break. Past 2 evals. Dug 1 PA out of a hole and now green on 2 PAs. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, enjoy your vacation. I mean, that's a nice note to leave. Good morning, guys. Good morning. You're still joining the stream, huh? Still join the stream. Let's go. I hope you join the stream while you're on vacation. I don't know what your family will think, but Kellyanne, good morning. Dashi, good morning. Richard Harris, good morning. Lauren Turtle, good morning. Rocky Mountains. Ooh, the Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains are huge, huh? In Rocky Mountain House. Shankar, good morning. Valentina, good morning. Roberto, good morning. David Wall. From Taiwan. Never been there before. But I definitely want to go. I mean, I love Taiwanese food. Food is a big thing for me. Like, if the first thing I don't think about is like good food in the location, it's sometimes, you know, it's a little hard for me to consider. You know, yeah. As I get older, it kind of changes a little bit. I'm starting to enjoy like scenery a little bit more and just going just to take pictures and look at things, just straight up tourist. But I'm turning into my parents. I'm turning into them. But food is definitely a big part. You know, if I can't think of like 1 or 2 foods I really want to try in that, you know, that place, that country, it's like, you know, sometimes a big deciding factor for me. Brian Red, good morning. Brian Red says, my Discord link isn't working. I just became a member last night. Did you send your are you a super panda? I can't tell. Are you joining the Discord as a super panda or from purchasing the deluxe indicator? By the way, if you guys don't know, there's 2 ways to enter the two-legged pullback Discord. Either the deluxe indicator, you buy it and you get lifetime access to the Discord, or you can become a super panda and just try it out for a little bit. And if you like it, then obviously you get the indicator, you get all the, you know, bells and whistles of the indicator. But you could also just, if you just want a community to trade with afterwards, then let's look pullback Discord is there. Super Panda, the link is not working. Are you getting an error, or is it just I don't want to troubleshoot this right now. Send a email to support@twoleggedpullback.com and they will work with you. Devin Sanders, good morning from Scotland. You know, Scotland is definitely a place I want to go. Not only is it beautiful, but I mean, obviously, I mean, you got Scotch. High or low here? It says trap on the fail second to short. Amazing. I almost want to take this high or low. Thinking of a retest of this high here. It's so close to open, but man, I kind of like this trade. You got several bull bars here. But I'm thinking that this can make a new low still with this move down. Overshoot to undershoot, but now we're clearly above the 20 MA with a good signal bar. And we may look for that new high here before ultimately pushing down. I don't know. We got a good retracement too. Risk is very small if I were to take this trade. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. I like this trade. Let's see here. I mean, risk is like about a point. If I get a point risk here, I'll take it. Might not get my entry. I'm chasing it a little bit now. Okay. So my risk here is about a little less than 2 points. And it's a higher low, looking for a new high. We already had an overshoot to undershoot, and the second entry short fails here. I don't mind that trade. I think it's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade. The setup is pretty good. And a good signal bar, coming with a good retracement with small risk here. I don't mind this trade. Even if I lose, you're in good trades. Like if you lose it, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, it's all good. it's like a setup that you really like, and so what can you do? Good morning, Wayne Bicknell, Carl Herman. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Latrell from South Carolina. Scrambler, Wisconsin. Welcome, welcome. Maybe I'm trading a little close to the market open. It might just get choppy here. I don't know. The setup itself is not bad. I mean, you got to break a trend, or sorry, you got to break a trend looking for a new high still. Overshoot leading to undershoot, and I mean, the undershoot can lead to a reversal, which it tried to do with the second entry short, but the second entry short ends up being a bad place, and now leans towards maybe a new high here. But the risk is so small. I don't even mind getting hit here, but obviously you don't want to get hit. I like the setup though. I mean, the setup is not the worst. Not the worst, I'll say. Could be creating a lower high second entry short for those going short, but still above the 20 MA. So it's still like a short I wouldn't want to take. I could skunk this trade as well. It's looking better now, so I'm feeling more confident as this bar forms. Get that early bamboo today. Okay, it's looking real good now. Looking really good. Looking real good. Okay, it does touch my target. Tickles it. Tickles my target. It's hitting it from the underbelly. Uppercut it. Come on. Give me the uppercut. Give me a Shoryuken. Let's go, baby. Shoryuken. It's a little Dr. Disrespect homage. Hadouken. I love Dr. Disrespect. I think he's really entertaining. Like that, he's the epitome of streaming when it comes to like gaming, or I think almost anything in terms of streaming. His production, I mean, he's doing it right. He is like the icon in terms of wanting to stream and whatnot. So, but there's a little one. Sure, you can getting a little uppercut right into that long. But he does a Hadouken. I'm a Shoryuken, man. Let's go, baby. Hey, we got our bamboo already. Mindful Jazzy asks, is it 80% off perpetual? Yes, it is. Still have my runner here. Let's see if we can get a little more juice on the runner. I mean, I will stick to my runner rules. Looking for the new high. I will only come out of my runner with a stop loss, or if we hit a ridiculous target. Like, let's say if we hit the previous day's close. I'll front run it for 1 point. But this is looking nice right now. Sheesh. Are we going to get a nice push up here? Looking for that new high. Oof. Okay. Hey. If he gives me a pivot low, I'm turning Super Saiyan mode on. Market's about to open in 10 seconds. Hopefully it doesn't just spike out and take me out in that open. Hopefully. Hopefully not. Hopefully. Oh! Oh! Give me that Super Saiyan mode. Give me another pivot. Give me a pivot to work with. Let's go. Super Saiyan mode. We got a pivot to work with, pandas. We're going to keep raising it up as we make new pivot highs. We are in a runner, pandas. Ah, Super Saiyan. Come on, hit my target. I know you want to fill that gap. I know you want to fill that gap. 5-minute chart. Let me fill the gap on the 5-minute chart. Where is it at? The gap on the 5-minute chart's right here. Let's fill that gap on the 5-minute. Let's go, baby. As long as we keep getting first entries. Okay, we got another pivot to work with. Protecting profits here. We got to break the previous high. There we go. We got another pivot, pandas. We're already protecting, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more than 6 points here. It does pop up here. I mean, we are on a breakout right now. Don't stop me out. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. As long as it doesn't break the previous pivot low. Basically, I don't want it to create a second entry long here. But if it does create a second entry long, I may enter high again. I may enter long, I mean. Looking for 10 points. I could protect myself with 10 points here. But like I said, I either hit my ultimate target here or I come out with a stop loss. My trailing stop loss here. We've got another pivot to work with if we get another push up. Let's go, baby. Super Saiyan! Right at the open. Don't mind if I do. Don't. Come on, give me another chance. Stops me out. Hey, 425. Let's go, baby. Man, we got that bamboo today. And that's how you manage runners. It is what it is. You keep raising it up. You protect your profits. You take it out, especially when it comes to like second entries, because you just scalp out. Now you're just trying to get a little extra. Would I manage that differently? Maybe. I don't know. I don't mind managing it like that. I think it's a proper way. Obviously, we bounce up to 20 EMA. So, like, you know, for me, like, it could have just crashed down and stopped me out there, but it's making new highs now. No second entry long here, though. It's a first entry still. I don't mind. I don't mind that 425. I don't mind it. We get that Super Saiyan mode. Yeah, that's setup. I mean, it's just like a failed second entry short looking for that new high. And for me, like, at least I want to make that new high. Yeah, I mean, obviously way more. I'm trying to think, like, if I managed that runner another way where I would be able to protect myself from, you know, just from like a slightly deeper pullback. I oftentimes do use the 20 EMA, and sometimes I'll do a 2-point stop loss underneath the 20 EMA, especially if it gets me above break even. I could have done it that way as well. I did a price action stop loss, which is just using every pivot, but I do sometimes just use a 20 EMA and just do 2 points beneath it, which I kind of use 10 ticks. If you don't know, you can create orders that attach to the 20, like to any indicator, not any indicator, but if the indicator set up with plots, you know, as a 20 EMA is, then you can actually attach your orders to it. So I can actually just have a stress. I could have just left my computer and just let this ride up every time. I could just let it ride up until it gets stopped out using the 20 EMA. And you can offset it to like 10 ticks or however many ticks you want. But sometimes I do manage it like that. So if I did manage like that, that could have protected me. But at the same time, it's like, you know, maybe if it comes all the way down, it stops. I mean, I guess I would be like in this area here. So who knows? Second entry long maybe here. So we're in an uptrend and it's kind of hard. I can also kind of treat it like this as well, seeing that we're kind of getting triple bounce off of this trend line. Whew, that's a nice trade actually. It's even a better trade now that I changed this trend line. The problem is like it's hard to have known that it would have done that, because it could have just as easily just been this, right? Could have been overshoot, undershoot, new high. But now as we're getting more and more information, I feel like this is a better trend line to use, better channel, as we are bouncing off a couple times here. And so 2 points underneath the 20 EMA. If it does hit, I actually made a better exit than I would have with the 20 EMA here, but still I would have been protected. 2 points is around right here, so if it does touch this area, then I made a better exit. I'll even give it one more tick here. Second entry short, not what I'm interested in, but the reason I drew this line is because I want to see if I did a trailing stop loss using 20 EMA versus my price action. So I would have actually made more money. I made more money on my price action stop than the 20 EMA one, because I would have got stopped out right here, which, you know, so I don't mind that. You know, I could actually enter again if I really want to with the second entry long here. If I really like this uptrend, you have an A, B, C pattern with a good signal bar. Signal bar is quite large though. We got 1, 2, 3, about almost 4 points of risk. Got a higher low setup here. Higher low setup. Trap on a 10,000 tick chart. It looks really good. Small risk as well. It's a really good looking setup on 10,000 tick chart. It's a trap trade, 10,000 tick, coming above the 20 EMA. The risk is not even that large. Like, I could actually take this and be okay with it and even get stopped out. I wouldn't even mind, especially with the retracement here. 1, 2, 3, 4 points of risk for potential huge gain here. Ooh, I may take on the retracement here. Trap trade on a 10,000 tick chart. Man, I think it's a good setup. It's a good setup, but context, I'm not sure if it's there, but it's a good setup with the risk not being that large either. 10,000 tick. I'm actually like hesitant to enter this trade because I'm green already, and if I enter this trade, I'm gonna be red, and I want to end stream green. I want to have, you know, like, I want to have some bamboo, some, I want to end sometime. So that's actually preventing me from entering this trade, even though I think it's a good setup. Darn. Already get scalped out. More than scalp out right there. Dang. It's a good setup. It's a really good looking setup on 10,000 tick chart. Trap trade. You can see it's a trap trade with the indicator with a magenta box and a 3 here, showing that this second entry short fails, actually creating a third push up instead. So these traps above the 20 MA like this, on, like, you know, breaking from beneath to above, and it's a 10K chart. Man, that is a good setup on a 10,000 tick chart. Yeah. Darn. I'd like to sub. I just didn't want to end red today. That's the pressure of streaming. Darn. I would have liked that trade. I took a similar trade like that on a stream before, and it busted me on the 5-minute chart. I don't know if you remember. Maybe it's my last stream. I took a trap trade on the 5-minute chart, and that actually not busted me, but I lost that trade, and so I was hesitant to take a similar setup again, even though like I feel like it was like a false positive, false negative, where it's like it didn't work out, but it doesn't mean it was a bad setup. Darn. Hey, green is green. You're right. JLV killing it on this PA count. Hey, that's what I'm saying. You know, PA counts, Apex, game changer. I honestly think it's like, darn, like, man, if you can get some profits on your PA counts, it's like, yeah, at a certain point you're playing with house money, and it's like, I mean, from the very beginning you're playing with house money, but if you're able to withdraw a couple times, I mean, at least you're going to cover your like all your fees, and then once you cover your fees, then you're playing with house money at that point. Evelyn says, by saying PA account, aren't you saying performance account? Touche. Touche. I don't know. Should I call it a P account or should I just call it a PA? You gotta just say a PA account. It's a performance account. You know, the performance account is a describer of the account. So it's a performance account. Descriptive. But honestly, for those who are making bamboo on their PA accounts, I mean, that's what I want to hear. You know, that's kind of like that brings me happiness when people are making bamboo off PA accounts that cost them $30 with a you know, BBM 80% off code with Apex. You know, you pay $30 basically to get like a 50K account, and you're already making like $400. You're making $400 off your account, and it's just like, in my opinion, I'm just like, that brings me joy that people are benefiting off of what's happening here on the stream. And I think, you know, very monetarily, just, you know, and it's like risk-free trading. You know, the only thing you risk is whatever you pay for. You know, you don't risk any of your own personal capital. So it's just like, it makes me happy that, you know, that I think people are benefiting from what's happening here. And I think that's a, you know, that's a good thing, you know. It makes it worth it. Doing this every single day for free. Embarrassing myself with some bad trades. But, you know, hey, when you look at the top left, what can you say other than I'm profitable right now? Top left. If you guys don't know, we have a 300K journey, and the account at top left, we started with $300,000, and now we're trying to get it up to the profit goal, which is actually $20,000. It might take a while to get there, but this account here is an 80% with 80% renewals, so I don't mind taking my time with this. I want to trade this one properly with you guys. And so you can also track, you know, you don't have to like wonder, oh, is Panda profitable? You can just look at top left, and you can just see right away. You don't have to like go back and look at all my streams to see, you know, if I'm profitable or not. Kyle Lubbers. Anyone else blow their account MLK Day? MLK Day was not a good day to trade. There was one half day of trading that I thought it was the exception, but most half day trading, half day trading half days, I don't know. Yeah, whenever you trade half days, half day of trading, then it's typically very choppy, very slow. It makes you want to rip out your fur, and it's not worth it pretty much most of the time. I would not recommend it unless you start seeing some good price action, some good volume. There was one day that happened that I remember was actually like, it was exception, like I said, but it was a Black Friday last year, 2 years ago. Sorry, I still remember that. It was a Black Friday 2 years ago, and the S&P moved like a couple percentage points. I was like, whoa, like that is unexpected for a half day. It was crazy. John Lee says, do you think pandas should be held in captivity or be allowed to roam the stock market? Hey, the bamboo forest, there's plenty of bamboo out there for everyone. And the beautiful thing about the emini is that it's never going away. This thing will never go away. This is going to be here for a long time. Crypto, wherever, that stuff comes and goes. But this is the most liquid market in the world, and it is not going anywhere for a long time. So in my opinion, it's worth mastering. It's worth taking the time to master because it will be here. You got a trap trade far away from 20 May. And it's coming after a break of trend to new high here. So context-wise, maybe not the worst attempt to try to go short. The setup, though, is not there for me. Right? And it actually does trap you out. So this is why I don't take these traps that are coming away from 20 May because of this scenario. The many times these do work, but it works, just enough where it's kind of like you gotta really read it, like this one, like a strong push down. You're thinking, okay, there's some momentum here, but ultimately it does stop you out. You can come out with 1 point, but not 2 points here. I'm going for 2 points. In the long run, I think 2 points is the way to go for this strategy, at least for now. MLK, if you're not from America, MLK is Martin Luther King, and he was like a what do you call? He was an activist, for African Americans, and he got assassinated. But he made a huge difference, yeah. So we commemorate him with a holiday, and if you don't celebrate it, you're racist. Just joking, but hey, it's nice. I mean, I think Martin Luther, I actually put on a promo, he's very known for a certain speech, I have a dream speech. And rumor has it that he ad-libbed that when he said it, which is like, just shows how much charisma he had, and that power of charisma just made such a difference. And I think, he is, on my promo video, actually, I didn't put that speech up with the promo. The backtrack I have with the promo video, I have posted up. Of course, just a reminder so you guys know what's going on here. But this is the video that I put up. By the way, if you're not following or subscribed, please subscribe. And so when I release shorts or when I release even posts, like yesterday, I didn't stream, but if you're not subscribed, you most likely didn't see my post to say that I wasn't gonna stream. So make sure you guys, if you guys are following for a long time, it helps a lot if you subscribe, because not only for me but for you, so you guys know sometimes things come up, and sometimes I have to put a post up. But I will always post up if there is a promo the moment I'm able to. And so if you want to be the first to know about promos, make sure you guys subscribe, because I'll post a post up or I'll put a short up. I like the shorts because it's a little more not interactive, but a little more entertaining, I guess, to see. But yeah, but I have a backtrack on that, and it's actually not. If you guys don't know, he is a reverend, so he actually preached, and so this is actually one of his sermons, and it comes from a track that I heard from a City Harmonic song, and it's his speech that they decided to play some music behind it, and I think it was just really moving, and I think it's relevant, right? We'll get to the mountaintop. Got some tough days ahead, but we get there. We'll get there. We'll get to the promised land. Okay, I drew this expanding pattern because of expanding and super annoying. I hate expanding patterns. It's breaking down on the expanding pattern here. Typically, most patterns are continuation patterns. So you got this push down, continuing, coming back in to our expanding pattern. Valza remembers, man, he's a long time follower. Iron Cruz waiting for a trading range indicator. Trading range here, right? Showed you the trading range. You're like, oh, should I go long or short here? Well, go long because you're a bottom trading range. Oh, should I go long or short? Go short because you're a top of trading. Should I go long or short? Oh, go long here. Even though I didn't even do it myself. The trading range indicator, it's just like a tool for me. Honestly, I like to use it as targets. You know, if I'm like in a short and I'm like, you know, near, like I'm in a trading range and I get the trading range indicator, I like to use the tops and bottoms of the trading range sometimes. Super accurate on those price targets. It's just too small for me to really discern a trade with this trading range, but at least it let me know, right? Trading range right here again, trading range indicator. People say news in 10 minutes. I don't know. I didn't see any news. The only news I saw was Wednesday. PPI numbers. Yeah, I mean, there is some low impact news, some medium impact news, but really for me, I only pay attention to high impact news, and there is none until next week, it looks like. Yeah, I don't want to pay attention to those. I mean, so it doesn't mean that it won't, like, it doesn't mean that there's a possibility that it can make like a big move, but most time not really. Most time not really. Someone asked about there's kind of some concern about this consistency rule that Apex had now installed, or instilled, or yeah, that they have a new actually consistency rule because of how lax they are in terms of withdrawals. Now they had to bend somewhere, and the way they're bending is actually with the consistency rule instead. So consistency rule basically, they have one consistency rule. Kyle Lubbers, bad information from me penalty. Yeah, call foul on that. Kyle Lubbers, hey, appreciate the $2 super chat. I need one of those like voices that like reads the super chat, but I'll just read it. Hey, appreciate it, man. Got a trap trade here. Push down, but I'm not taking that trade. It's just too choppy. I'm uncertain what's gonna happen. Clearly underneath the 20 EMA, but it's just still uncertain for me. You know, it does pop down like this, but I don't think it necessarily was a good trade. This is a little too uncertain. And I like to stay away when it looks this choppy. I like to just stay away from the market because it's kind of like figuring out its market cycle. It's kind of figuring out what's going to happen. And yeah, I just don't like it. But yeah, the consistency rule now for Apex it only applies to PA counts. Which to me, I think if you use Apex, you should be happy they are doing this, because you do not want to be, you want Apex to succeed, right? If you are using Apex, you want Apex and you want them to have some sort of measures to thresh out people who are trying to take advantage of the prop firm. And I think the big thing is that for them, the consistency rule, it's basically you can't have one day of trading that makes up more than 30% of your gains when you withdraw. So let's say like you have $5,000 and you had one trade that, why am I using 5,000? Let me use $9,000. If you made like $9,000 and 3,000 of those dollars were used to, wait, does that make sense? 1/3, 30%. Yeah. Okay. No. What am I doing? $10,000. Panda math. Math's hard. So if you made $10,000 and $3,000 of those 10,000 was in one day of trading, then they can say, not saying they will, but they have the right to be like, okay, we're not gonna pay you out because one day was over 3,000, like was over, or was 30% of your profits. But let's just say the next day you make like $10,001, then you can withdraw it because now that one day of trading is not more than 30%, and they just have the right to do that. They've never exercised that, at least for me, and so I don't think I don't know how strict they are with that. Obviously, it will prevent them from paying out people who are doing things like double-sided trading or trading with the news, and they're just trading micros after they hit a big hit with news. And it's just like, kind of like for them, it just protects them from things like that, where people are just trying to go with home runs. They're trying to find out actual real traders and people who can be profitable. So, those are the people they want to pay out. They want to have like a long-term partnership with them. So for them, that's kind of like, honestly, you want Apex to do well. Richard Harris says 95% of prop firms disappear. I don't know. I think that's a made up stat. He just, it's like one of those 50% of stats are made up kind of thing. The daily chart. If you want to know why it turned down so fast, we have this trend line here that's just been beautiful for us and working really well. Multiple hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, bouncing off the 240. Not only that, like fundamentally, you have interest rates going up. You have the yield curve, inverting a while back, which means, I think it's like 6 months. It gives you like a 6-month indicator telling you that most likely recession is 6 months after it inverts, and so, it's like kind of about that time. Who knows? Like really, we can make a new low still. We can come from the top of the channel back to the bottom of the channel, and it will still be, reasonable in a sense, because, you're just in this channel and kind of you're just following it. So who knows? A lot of things. Big push up here. What's going on? It's expanding, trying to double bottom. Expanding. I hate expanding patterns, pandas. I hate them. It's too hard to time. Even with a super strong move like this, now you're wondering, am I hitting the expanding channel or expanding pattern, expanding triangle, or are we in a breakout? It's just too hard to tell. I hate them. Hard just says I had made more than the 30% and they paid me. Yeah, so 60% of the time it works all the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I would also but as Richard Harris was saying, I would pull out the money if you can. I will have enough money in your prop firm just so you can trade. Obviously, it depends on your strategy, but if you want a lot of money in your prop firm so you can do bigger contracts, then of course you need to keep your money in there. But for me, I think protecting bamboo and withdrawing, that was higher priority for me, and so I like to pull out money when I can and just keep the balance at a comfortable place where I can trade, and that is, for me, what's important. Yeah. So I don't disagree with that, because who knows, there is always a chance something unpredictable can happen. But just knowing like Apex right now, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Pandas, I think I put Apex on the map. Yeah, would you agree? Would you agree? I put Apex on the map. You know, I'm not trying to brag here, but nor was it intentional. Like I said, I hate expanding patterns because the moment it hit this, like you see this huge green bar, you're thinking like, all right, this is gonna break out, but the expanding pattern comes and stops you out there, reverses. So it's just like it's very difficult to tell if you're gonna break out. You think it's hard to know when breakouts happen in trading ranges. It's even more difficult in expanding patterns. But I mean, it's not intentional, but I think, you know, I just saw Apex and I saw what their product was, and I just said, oh, this is the best product, like by far, this is the best product. And I waited until people started withdrawing money, and before I decided to commit to it, and people started to pull out money. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna go for it, and that's like the one I now if another prop firm comes that's better than Apex, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna move to the next product. I don't have loyalty to Apex because of its name. I have loyalty to Apex because what it gives us, it's giving us something the customers want, and you know, and if there's another better prop firm out there, I would gladly try that prop firm. But right now, Apex is the best, and now they're kind of in a place where I think they are really solidifying themselves because for me, the most important thing about prop firm is its reliability. You know, more than the rules, it's reliability. And if I have two prop firms that like have amazing rules, like ridiculous rules, versus a long-standing prop firm that doesn't have as good rules, but they are very reliable and consistent, I would probably lean towards the long-standing one because I want to make sure with all the hard work you put in an account, you want to get paid out. That's more important. And so, but you know, let's say this ridiculous prop firm, you know, starts to show itself for a year, several years, to be, you know, reliable and paying people out. Then it's like, okay, then actually, then you start to think about, okay, let's, with reliability and a good product, Apex is starting to really solidify its ground, I think. I would say my one gripe now is rhythmic. That's probably my main gripe with Apex. And if Apex can get rid of rhythmic and go to CQG, where their servers are just so much better. Their data, I think, is just so much more just reliable. Like their like backend. I just feel like then Apex really very little I have to complain about with Apex. But rhythmic right now is probably the biggest pain in the butt, I think. Andrew Ray just passed a 25K with that move. Let's go, baby. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, Gilbert is correct. You know, that 30% consistency, I think you don't have to worry about it. Like, if you're trading, like, legitimately, I don't think you have to worry about it. I just don't think you have to worry about it.
$10,000 tick trap.
Trap, 10,000 tick chart. Jeez. The risk is too large for me to take that trap. 10,000. If you guys want to know the trap is right here. It does trigger. For me, I'd rather take the opposite. I'd rather take a failed trap right there because now we have a trend line and we can go long here. But we also have these wicks here showing failed breakouts of the 20 EMA. I mean, it might be a good trade to go short. I just don't like, whenever there's a trend line like this, I always regret it when it starts to do stuff like this. Like if I enter the short here, I'd be like, why did I enter this trade? There's a trend line here. And it starts to like reverse, but I mean, it might work out at the end. mini me. If you look at my chart, you can see my markers. I keep all my markers on. I don't know any other person who streams who keeps all their markers on for multiple days. I just show them. I just show them straight up to you guys. My markers here. You can see, it might be very hard to see, but it's a blue arrow and a pink arrow. So I scalped out here, and I came, my runner got stopped out right here. I actually like the 10,000 tick failed trap here coming off our trend line. This is actually like if this is like a nice signal bar, man, it might be a big signal bar, but I may come in with one contract here and try to swing it, because two contracts, the risk is too large for two contracts for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. 10,000 tick chart, beautiful setup here. Ooh, this is gonna be hard to pass up for me, to be honest. Jeez. Oh, whoa. Huge risk now. Definitely one contract.
10,000 tick trap.
Oh, darn. It triggered with the outside bar reversal, and you guys know I hate outside bar reversals. So I'm gonna wait this one out a little bit. If it does trigger that trap, I will come in with a one tick retracement if I'm able to. One contract here, because the risk is so huge. I'm taking one contract. I'm gonna swing it if I can, but I gotta wait for the trap to actually trigger here. Not with the outside bar reversal. And if it does trigger, I will come with a retracement back to where I would enter with the outside bar reversal. Does that make sense? So I want a retracement here. If it does trigger, I want a retracement back to where the outside bar reversal does trigger. Okay, if it's even get a retracement, I don't think I'm going to get it. The market might be too much momentum here. I'm going to try to get retracement back to where I would have entered if it did. Yeah, it already popped up 2 points. Already scalped out. It's still okay for a swing trade in my opinion. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to see if there's a retracement back to where I can enter, and I'm going to hold it a little bit here. Okay, I'm actually in this trade. It does scalp up, but I was looking for a swing trade anyways. Look how huge this risk is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some points. So for me, swing trade, at least a 1-to-1 risk reward. But the setup just looks so good. I couldn't pass it up. I mean, you got this trend line now coming off of it, and you got a failed trap, and you got a trap the other way. So I'm in a trap trade, 10,000 tick chart. It's just the risk is large. So instead of doing 2 contracts, I'm doing 1 contract because the risk is so big. And let's see, it's a 1-to-1 risk reward. I think it's a good setup for me. And also we have a gap to fill on the 5-minute chart. Right, we want to come and fill this gap on the 5-minute chart. It's if you guys don't know, on the 5-minute chart, I only chart the regular trading hours. So there are gaps here that you won't see on the 2,000 tick chart or the 10,000 tick chart, because this gap's created because I don't have the extended hours on. I'm gonna keep it on the 10,000 tick because this is a 10,000 tick trade. I'm gonna just keep it on 10,000 tick chart. We're gonna go for a 1-to-1 risk reward here, and if not even that, my scalp would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point risk. I would have to get, I would say, 4 points, maybe 3.5 points of a scalp. If I'm gonna scalp, I mean, I feel like I gotta go at least like 4 points here. It's a risk I would take. It's like double the risk, so I'll go double the scalp here. The typical risk reward for a swing trade though is it is a 1-to-1 here. So maybe I'll do a swing trade for you guys. I might not get it, but I'll do a swing trade because I don't think you guys see swing trading that often. But I'm gonna swing trade this. And again, 1-to-1, right? So I'm risking, what was it, 6.25 points to gain 6.25 points. And I figured out quickly with this tool, right? This is the line tool, and I just get the middle line. You see if I draw this, so there's a line in the middle, which is really nice little addition to this line tool. I put it where I enter, and that will give me a 1-to-1 risk reward. If I want a 2-to-1, then I have to use the tool, right? The risk reward tool. This will be my 2-to-1 here.
10,000 tick trap.
I really like this trade. The only reason I don't like this trade is because of this huge risk. I don't like how big the risk is. But the way I mitigate that is I go in one contract. I have half the size of my contracts that I have been trading, and so I'll mitigate. I'll feel more comfortable losing one contract on this instead of 2 contracts if it does stop me out, because the chances of this working out is about 40% chance in my opinion. 40% chance. So, which is not the best. 40% chance in your 1-to-1. You gotta be at least 50. So it may be a bad trade at the end. This trap actually reverses, right? So we got a double trap here on 10,000 tick chart. You got a trap here that fails, trap here that fails, and now we got another trap. So a little bit confusing at the end, and it might stop me out here. I could have got 2 points. But for me, this trade again is not worth 2 points. Like I gotta get more than 2 points on this trade with the amount of risk I'm willing to take here. Even if I do lose this, it's all good. I'd rather lose it with the proper risk reward than do something weird. I could have skunked it maybe, but you know, I don't know. I was willing to lose this. That's why I reduced my contract sizes. So, but it's looking grim. It's looking grim. What can I say? It's looking quite grim. Comes all the way back down. Still green though, Panda. Still green. $62. Man, I like the setup so much. You know, you're coming off this trend line. You got a failed trap here on a 10,000 tick chart. You got targets above. Maybe looking for new low at this point on the 10,000 tick chart. I mean, with this failure here, it could be a big move down. But darn, you know, I think it's worth it. I thought it was worth it. The 2,000 tick chart. The 240 SMA bounces off of 240 SMA. We had some resistance there on the 2000 tick chart, but darn, I mean, it got me. It really did get me. I really thought we had a nice set of failed trap here. I like that trade better than the short here, and looking for at least a new high of some sort. But yeah, obviously it doesn't work out for me. But the setup, I like the setup actually. It's not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Like I said, the only bad thing about that trade is it was a big risk. So again, I mitigated that with, like, imagine if I did 2 contracts there, I'll be negative like $400 pretty much at this point. So because the risk was so large, I reduced the size of my contracts, and yeah, kind of almost coming at break even because of that trade. A little bit green, but for me it was more of the opportunity, you know, more of the opportunity. Man, just what a setup though. Like, man, that's a good setup. At the higher low, second entry, long, Pikachu trade. Hey, it's all good. I don't mind losing that, especially because I took the precaution of lowering my contract sizes. Tough loss though. But you know, if I just saw the 2000 tick chart, I saw the trading range indicator, I could have just paid attention to that and be like, maybe it's a little too choppy. I don't know. At least a 240 SMA. Dang. A 240 SMA. There's a reason why I have it on the charts. Wow, we haven't touched it. The first time we touched it actually was where it reversed. The first touch reversed off of it, and that's where I entered. Maybe that was my mistake. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. But I'm glad I took it the way I did, right? It popped up. It actually made 2 points immediately. Reversed. Huh? I don't know. That's all good, Panda. Just stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. We got second entry short here. I may take this. Seeing that reversed, that's pretty horrendous in my opinion. I'm thinking we might be in a downtrend right now. Or trading range on the 5-minute chart, right? 5-minute chart showing itself a trading range as well. Back and forth, back and forth. Difficult to trade. I would be going short at the bottom of the trading range if I do go short here. How would I mark this? You got a trend line. We can do low. Reverses up. Overshoot, undershoot. Looking for a new high here. New high was created after the break of trend. Interesting. Now we're in a downtrend. It's getting kind of choppy here. A little bit choppy. A little far away from 20 MA. I'm going to take this thinking that we are... Ooh. This is a weird looking setup here. A little weird looking. A little awkward. Doesn't quite touch the 20 MA. But the cycle right now is definitely downtrend in my opinion. Not a lot of room here. It's looking a little choppy, a little wicky here. I'm in this trade. I could lose this because of just the straight up chop that we're in. But to me, I feel like we are in that downtrend and we have one more push down to go. This could stop me out here. Darn, again. This might be chopping me up. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars in a row. Bad trade, bad trade. I got a little too eager. Bad trade right there. A little too eager on the second entry short. Thinking that we had this big push down. Looking for another push down here, but just the immediate context of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars in a row before huge push down, huge push back up. Pandas, this is like one of those days I'm just like sitting on my paws and I just like I won't even I'll just wait this out because this is a really tricky day. Very tricky. The fact that it had this huge push down and you're looking for one more push down here and doesn't even give it to you. In fact, just reverses on a dime. Super strong. It's just not a good day for me. I've seen like days like this, like once I have like a $200 loss, being up 400 now down 200. It's like, to me, I was just like, it's absolutely frustrating. So this feeling I have, I know this feeling I have, and usually means I should just sit on my paws. We're in for a tricky day today in the daily chart. Okay. Just tricky, very tricky. I really thought when that failed, we're gonna just have a downtrend, but I really thought we had one more push down. So 2 good setups that I thought we were gonna have, but this one obviously, the setup alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over kind of choppiness, that alone could have prevented you from entering that trade. Plus, you know, the second entry short is not the best quality. Like I said, it looked a little awkward. A, B, C. And doesn't actually touch the 20 MA. And when it does trigger, it's pretty far away from it. A little awkward there. I just didn't expect this to happen. So this is why you just take the stop loss where you should, because you prevent yourself from staying in a trade that will do this against you. So I'm glad I just take that loss and move on to the next trade. I mean, you're down 200. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the worst. You can come back from that. But man, this is wild. This is wild. Ugly. Ugly. Man, that is tricky. Very tricky in my opinion. I should have stayed away from it. The moment I saw this like just overlapping, I think I was like too focused on another chart. I was looking at the 10,000 tick, and then I just moved here. I didn't have enough time to realize maybe we're just in choppiness. I should recognize a huge push down and just darn. It is what it is. The fact that this happened though, man, that is tricky. That is really tricky. I really thought we had one more push down. So again, it's like a trade, but man, this could have prevented you from entering. Yeah, could have prevented you. The thing is, it's like there's so many days where I wouldn't enter that, and it does work out. And I'm just kind of like, man, like on stream, like people must think I'm just like super conservative. I'm just missing so many trades, but it's because of days like this where I'm like, okay, like this is why days like this is why I skip trades like this. Too many false positives. False positives as in it works out, but doesn't mean it's a good trade. So like so many times on stream, I probably would have skipped a trade like this, but darn. That's exactly the reason why. A, B, C, we got a second entry long here. Am I going long? Am I going short? Who knows? We're so choppy. We could reverse on a dime here as well. We're also bouncing off the 240 SMA. I would consider as an overshoot, leading to an undershoot. Hard for me to go long here, but probably will work out because everything opposite's working right now. So overshoot probably leads to an undershoot. It'd be hard for me to go long here. Now I'm being cautious. I should have been cautious here, but I was looking for that new low. Honestly, this huge push down. New low, second entry short. First, it's a lower high, second entry short. Setup looked a little wonky, a little awkward, but the context was enough for me to be like, all right, I feel like we get another low here. But obviously it was wrong at the end. So micro double bottom, right? Overshoot leading to the undershoot, as you guys can see. And that's the thing, it's like sometimes I just like when I'm green, I just want to stay green. I don't want to take any more trades. And it's like moments like this. I'm like, I wish I was just green at the end of the stream instead of down 237. But, you know, content. Do it for the content. Do I want a short trade here? It's hard for me to go long underneath the 20 MA. It's a bad setup to go long. Overshoot. Lean to undershoot. Man, if I take this trap, am I gonna regret it? Am I gonna regret it? Most likely regret it. I feel like we're just too choppy. I'm just uncertain. Don't copy my trades! I just think we're in trading range now, and I think we can come back to the bottom of it. We'll see. Also, 240 SMA is bouncing off the 240 SMA in this trade. I'm gonna get back to back to back losers here. 3 losers in a row. Come on, don't be so cruel. Plenty of room back to the bottom of this trading range. We are in the middle of it, so we're in like twilight zone maybe here. We're in that, we call it, was it limbo? Back to back to back losers. Pandas. 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 This is you live by the trap, you die by the trap. Do we have a chance? Do we have a, you're saying I have a chance. 1 in a million. So you're saying there's still a chance, huh? You're saying there's still a chance. You're saying there's still a chance. Wow, 1 tick. Should I just skunk this? Ah, I'm scared. I'm skunking it. Either skunk it or hit my target.
Five-minute trap.
Alright, I skunked it. Came up break even. Ends up working out, of course, because I have bamboo paws, paper paws. Does it work out? I don't know. Most likely will work out because I'm out of the trade now. So the market's like, all right, Panda's out. Let's go ahead and hit his target. You know, when the trade goes like this, I'm kind of like just happy to come out break even in a sense. I'm like, all right, give me an opportunity to get out, especially when it's going against me like this. So it is what it is. Actually, glad I came out. Still doesn't really fill me right there. It's a perfect scalp. Wow, what a trade. What a trade. What a trade. Hey, one tick. I'll say if I one tick. I was so ready. I was so ready to lose that. Like I'm glad I came out break even. I was just like already in my heart. I'm like I already lost that trade. But it looks like it wants to get to the bottom of this trading range. This blue box I drew. Who knows? Actually, maybe it's a good skunk. At this point, I'd be glad to be out of the trade because you're in this trade too long. 1, 2, 3 bars. Usually about the third bar, let's just get out. So. Too choppy for me. Sitting on my paws. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't take a trade for the rest of the stream because of how choppy we are. This blue box does seem pretty accurate though. I drew the blue box here, but on the 5-minute chart, you know, the trading range is basically here on the 5-minute chart. You can see it. 10,000 tick chart. Trading range is a little bit like weird. It hasn't adjusted itself yet, but it's, you know, still trading range with these lines here. At this point, I don't care which way it goes. It's just too confusing for me. Could go down, could go up. Good skunk in my opinion, regardless if it does make my target still. Good skunk because of just the choppiness. I don't mind skunking setups that look like this. It's just getting way too choppy here. It does eventually hit my target without stopping me out. Gets to the bottom of the blue box. It goes without me, but it's all good, pandas. We'll move on to the next trade. I'm just glad I was able to come out break even just because it did this initially. I'm like, all right. I mean, if you're gonna let me come out, I'll come out. So it's all good. I wouldn't have kept my trade in for this long either. Scalps. The whole idea of a scalp is should be quick, and that is not quick. Good skunk in my opinion. Gilbert B. Nidison, what's your green? I mean, the thing is like I'm trading a 300K account with you guys, so I want to trade it the way I want to trade it. Like I want to trade it the way I typically would trade any day. So, it's like if I'm red, it's all good. It's risk free, right? I'm in a sense almost trading sim because it's an eval account. So it's like I'll just continue to trade like this. I don't have much. In terms of like personal loss, like if I turn the trade copier on and off on my end in terms of my actual accounts, then that's kind of like my decision. I'll just do that, and the members will know when I do that. But with you guys, I'm just doing this 300K eval with you guys. So let's Tricky, way choppy, really tricky day. If you look at the 5 minute chart, maybe if a day like this on the 5 minute chart, it's just very confusing. And you're thinking eventually we're gonna hit the 20 EMA. So it's just like, you know, I don't mind sitting on my pause here just because it's too confusing for me. I don't mind admitting it's confusing. You know, I think the quicker I admit that, the better it's for me. All right, Pandas, let's see how you guys are doing. 53% said I put Apex on the map. 37% of you guys said humble yourself. I appreciate that. Reality check. I should humble myself. Apex put themselves on the map by giving us an amazing product. I just happen to be a person who stumbled upon it. And yeah, and it's nice. Nice to do it with you guys. You know, we're doing it together in a sense, so I'll take that back. I didn't put it on the map. You know, I found the map. That's it. See how you guys are doing today. Way too choppy. Even though it looks like it's bearish, look at how choppy this is, right? It's a limit order market right now. And even though like you see a second to short here, you have all this overlap. It's difficult to trade this in my opinion. I'm gonna let this go, even though I may have a bearish bias here, but just gonna let it go. Too hard to trade. Too many limit orders. My pride. Let me see. You guys are doing well, better than me, obviously. Yeah, some of you guys are killing it. Over 500 today. That's what I'm talking about. Panda, my pride asks, why are you using small contracts 300K account? How are you going to win in 1 month? I don't mind not winning in 1 month. It's not even winning. I'm not going to reach my profit target in 1 month. That's not the goal. The goal here is to trade this properly up to 20K. And also another caveat or nice thing about it is, not caveat, but nice benefit to this is you guys can just see over stream if I'm profitable or not. It's just a nice little indicator. So you guys can follow along in a bigger picture of how much money I'm making on stream. So this account is 80% off every month. I started this, I got this account when that first promo happened. So for me, I don't mind if I don't pass it in 1 month. I can take several months to pass this and not feel bad about it, just because the 80% off is such a huge discount off these accounts. So Retina says, lost all my January gains with one trade yesterday. Whew. That could only happen if you move your stop loss or if you trade it too big. You should typically not lose all your profits unless you made very little profits, I guess. Actually, there's other things, other information I don't know, but yeah. Most likely traded too large, moved your stop loss, didn't stick to your rules, most likely, or a combination of all those. Double risk, yeah. My pride. Your country got blacklisted. I do need to look for another prop firm that doesn't blacklist certain countries. So I may look into that, which I think would be nice, especially if they can give us a good discount. But we'll see. We'll see. It just looks so choppy, right? Even on its on the move way down, it doesn't even do it in a clean way. It does it in a choppy way. You know, you can see all this overlap. You know, limit orders above, limit orders even below. So with that being said, I am just sitting on my pause here, down 237, but I don't mind. I don't mind the setups I took. Even coming at break even here. I mean, man, that almost stopped me out. I was one tick away from stopping me out. Whew. I really thought we were getting a new low here, and unfortunately we didn't. What a day! What a day! I feel like the price action the last like 3 4 months has just been pretty terrible. Honestly, like months, it's been like kind of terrible, like choppy and not clean. Like only trades I really like in the last couple months were big mama trades. Those are the big best like probabilities of my big mama trades. No big mama trades today. Big mama trade already happened over here. Yeah, I think a lot of people in Morocco seem to have issues. John says, how would you recommend learning other than trading on a daily basis? Would you recommend Al Brooks course? Also saw your playlist. Thank you for those. Yeah, I mean, I have a link, affiliate link with Al Brooks. Obviously, I don't make very much money off of that, but I just do it because I like to promote that. You can use my link or not, doesn't matter. But I recommend Al Brooks. The amount of material and knowledge you gain from his stuff is amazing. At the end, you know, it's like learning how to swing a bat. You know, you can read it in a book, but you do need to practice it. And yeah, like you learn all the mechanics, you can learn how to put your arms, but only when you actually start doing it, training your mind to trading, training your mind to hold through trades, to take, you know, hits and be okay with them. You know, that only comes with, you know, experience. So moving back down, maybe looking for a new low, just amazing. It's just terrible price action here. Cannot trade any of this. I'm not looking for any entries here whatsoever. Carl Herman says, need to brew today. Hey, you know, business calls. I would love to do that. I would love to trade and have my own brewery. That's just like a nice life, man. Nice life. Jonathan, yeah, appreciate it, man. What is going on? This is just, what is this? Like, this actually infuriates me. Just like, what is happening here? It's just like, it's just a sign that you should just be out of the market right now. You shouldn't be trading this. higher low coming from the bottom of this trading range. Outside bar reversal, not interested in that, but just taking note, we are making a higher low here on the bottom trading range. We can come back to the top. The 240 SMA has been a pretty good resistance so far, so I'm not going to fight against that, the 240 SMA. I'll be interested in a trap trade to the long side coming back into our trading range. I'll be interested in that if we get it, but I don't know if we're going to get it. It most likely will make the move without us. The thing about good setups is that they're hard to come by. Oftentimes the market doesn't give it to you. But you're in the bottom of trading range. And we can go back to the top, or at least enough room to the 240. So I'll take a trap here to the long side if we get a trigger. Fail second entry short. It's a second entry short if you think we're gonna keep going down. Second entry short does trigger here. I'm gonna take the reversal back up if it does happen. Fail second entry. I may come in double position here. I really like the setup here. Nah, I don't want to trade too large. I already lost a couple of times, but this may be my last trade of the day. Here we go. Let's see if we can even get it. We might not even get the setup. Time this perfectly. It might just burst up towards the end of the candle. And I hate when that happens. We look safe here. Let's put it now. The reason I'm taking this is because we're bottom of a channel or bottom of a trading range. And thinking if we get a reversal setup with a break of trend new low, it's not a bad place to take it. 20 EMA kind of curling down now. We could just be in a straight up downtrend. And just a second entry short works out for you. Still in Trap City. I'll consider this still. Attaching my order to the indicator. If you guys don't know, the indicator has a super signal, and the super signal is always placed where you should enter. So it's one tick above the signal bar. Right now, it's one tick above. Well, when this candle finishes, it'll move it down one tick above this candle. So it'll be much faster than me able to do it manually. It'll do it automatically. So eventually, I don't have to actually change it because we don't go above it. But now we're still in Trap City. And take this trap here if we get it. Risk is a little bit larger now, about 3 points. Gotta wait for it to trigger. Now we're going to overlapping bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars. I still like the context here. We're gonna try to take a long. If we get another overlapping bar, I may cancel it just because it's too many overlapping bars. I needed to trigger on this bar here. Alright, I'm gonna cancel this. It's looking ugly now. Okay, strong push down. Amazing. So no entry. I wanted to get one more trade. At least enough room to the 20 EMA. At least a scalp for me. But market says no. You take that. You had to take that second entry short. That made no sense to make money. So it is what it is. All right, Panis. I think that's it for today. I don't think anything else is going to present itself. The fact that didn't actually trigger. I don't think anything else is going to happen. So unfortunately, end red today. But Pandas, hey, make sure you guys take advantage of the coupon while it lasts. It won't last till very long, the 23rd, which is next Monday. You still have some time. I personally will probably gather. We'll probably get a batch. You know, I'll probably, when I say batch, like I'm talking about like I might get like 10 accounts, and 20 accounts if you are trading like 50k accounts, and you can get 20 of them if it's within your budget, and just kind of trade them like a couple at a time. So and if I fail them, then I have another batch. And the reason why I like to do that is because the 80% off with 80% moving forward, right, with the lifetime of the account is nice, because even if you bust your account, they'll automatically reset at the renewal date. So like if for me, it's like having a perpetual 80% off code every month, and I get another chance every month. So that's why I like to have a couple. So if you bust them or pass them, to me, it's like no big deal. But of course, you gotta work within your budget. So yeah, yeah, tough price action. It was just very choppy today, and just something like this, I hate when the market does a limit order market when it has a direction down or direction up. It's annoying. Panis, take advantage of that while you can. BBM 80% off. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the pre-market, 9:15 for the mainstream, and I hope to see you guys there. Other than that, trade safe, everybody. Thanks for joining, and it was a pleasure to trade with everyone here. Obviously, you guys are better than me since 50 or 69% of you guys are in the green, and so kudos to you guys. I took my chances, I took the setups I liked, and it is what it is. But pandas, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.